What if I told you the Philippines is home to a river that flows two ways? An ocean trench deep enough to swallow Mount Everest, and a volcano sitting inside a lake that's inside an island. Sounds impossible, but every single one of these is real. When people think of the Philippines, they imagine paradise, white sands, turquoise waters, and sunsets over palm trees. But beneath that postcard beauty lies one of the most extreme, unpredictable, and mind-bending geographies on Earth. So buckle up, because today we're diving into the most mind-blowing geography facts about the Philippines that will completely change how you see this country. Just off the coast of Mindanao lies a place so deep that even Mount Everest would vanish inside it. It's called the Emden Deep, part of the Philippine Trench, a black, crushing abyss plunging nearly 10,540 meters beneath the sea. That's deeper than 32 Eiffel Towers stacked end to end. At that depth, sunlight never reaches. The pressure is over 1,000 times stronger than what you feel at the surface. Scientists who've dared to descend describe it as outer space, but underwater. And yet, this monstrous chasm sits quietly beside the same beaches tourists swim in every day. One side of the Philippines drops into 10 kilometers of darkness. The other rises into one of the most biodiverse regions on Earth. In 2012, the United Nations officially recognized a massive undersea plateau east of Luzon as part of the Philippines. It's called the Philippine Rise, or Benham Rise, a new frontier that adds over 135,000 square kilometers to the nation's seabed. That's larger than the island of Luzon itself. Underneath the waves, the Philippine Rise is bursting with coral gardens, ancient lava domes, and spawning grounds for tuna. It's like discovering a secret country hidden under the sea, untouched, unexplored, and full of life.
Between Batangas and Mindoro lies the Verde Island Passage, often called the center of marine biodiversity. Within just 10 square kilometers, scientists have recorded more than 1,700 species of fish in 300 coral species, the highest concentration on the planet. Every tide, every current here carries life. Plankton clouds, sea turtles, whale sharks, all moving through an invisible underwater highway. If Earth had a heartbeat, it might sound like the Verde Island Passage.
Deep in Mindanao, hidden inside the jungle, lies the Hinatuan Enchanted River, a pool of impossible blue water so clear it looks unreal. Locals once believed spirits guarded it. Scientists later discovered that its waters surge from a massive underwater cave system that plunges nearly 90 meters deep. It's a river with no visible source, flowing out of pure mystery. And when the light hits just right, the river glows like liquid sapphire.
Palawan, the island paradise. But geologically, it's a puzzle piece from another world. Millions of years ago, Palawan broke off from the Asian continent and drifted until it collided with the Philippines. That's why it feels so different. The limestone cliffs, the coral reefs, the underground rivers, all carried the DNA of a continent, not an island arc. Standing in Palawan is like standing on history that floated across an ocean to find its home.
Camiguin Island looks tiny on a map, just 23 kilometers long, but it's packed with 7 volcanoes. That's one of the highest volcano densities on the planet. Mount Hibok-Hibok erupted violently in 1951, destroying towns and reshaping the island. Today, the soil is rich, the forests lush, living proof that destruction can give birth to beauty. Camiguin isn't just an island, it's a living ring of fire. In most countries, rivers flow one way. But in Manila, the Pasig River sometimes flows backward. When the tide in Manila Bay rises higher than Laguna de Bay, salt water pushes inland, reversing the river's flow. Few rivers in the world behave this way, and yet it happens right in the middle of a city of 14 million people. Nature doesn't just surround Manila, it moves through it. On the island of Bucas Grande lies Tojaman Lagoon, home to thousands of jellyfish that don't sting. Over generations of isolation, they lost their venom because they no longer needed it. Now you can swim among them without pain, surrounded by drifting orbs of gold and pink. It's like swimming through another universe, one that feels too gentle to be real. Stretching more than 1,200 kilometers, the Philippine Fault System runs from Luzon to Mindanao, splitting valleys, mountains, and cities. It's responsible for countless earthquakes and the very shape of the islands themselves. The Philippines isn't just on the Ring of Fire, it is part of it. Every tremor, every volcano, every mountain ridge is proof that the earth here never sleeps. Perhaps the Philippines' most famous natural riddle, Taal Volcano. A volcano sitting on an island inside a lake that sits on another island. It's nature's version of a Russian nesting doll, layers within layers. Even after its 2020 eruption, Taal remains active, reshaping its surroundings with each burst of fire. It's as if the earth is painting, erasing, and painting again, over and over, in lava and steam. Over 1,700 perfect cone-shaped hills cover Bohol, turning brown in summer and green in rain. They're called the Chocolate Hills, and no one fully agrees how they formed. Some say they're coral deposits lifted by ancient tectonic shifts. Others say they were carved by rainfall over millions of years. But when the sun sets and shadows stretch across the landscape, the hills look like a sea of cocoa-colored domes, a natural illusion that defies logic. In 1991, Mount Pinatubo exploded, one of the biggest eruptions of the 20th century. It left behind a massive crater that over time filled with turquoise water. Today, Pinatubo Crater Lake is calm, silent, and breathtaking, a reminder that even after devastation, nature rebuilds itself in beauty. A volcano destroyed a mountain and gave birth to a lake. In the south, Mount Apo towers nearly 3,000 meters above sea level, the highest point in the Philippines. From its summit, you can see islands fading into the horizon and clouds swirling beneath your feet. Mount Apo is more than a peak. It's a symbol of endurance, power, and the raw spirit of the land. If you tried to walk every inch of the Philippines shoreline, you'd never finish. The country's coastline stretches over 36,000 kilometers, longer than the entire United States coastline. It twists, folds, and bends through thousands of islands, creating hidden coves, coral bays, and lagoons untouched by time. The Philippines isn't just a country of islands, it's an ocean nation, one giant story of water, fire, and life. So next time you look at a map of the Philippines, don't just see islands. See a living experiment by the planet itself. A place where mountains rise from fire, rivers vanish into the sea, and the ocean hides worlds we've barely begun to understand. The Philippines isn't just beautiful, it's impossible made real. Which of these facts blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more unbelievable stories about the world's hidden wonders, make sure to subscribe, because here, the Earth still has secrets to tell.